Hello, my name is Professor Oaks, and this video is about decimal numbers. So, our first question today is to round 83.834651 to the thousandth place. Now, if I said this number using all of the mathematical words, it would be 83 and all right, so 834,651 millionths. So how did I know to say that? Well, here is a place value chart, and I'm going to write the number on the place value chart, lining up the decimal point where it should be. So 83.834651. So what I have when I'm reading this is 83, and so when I read the decimal point, I'm going to say and. Then I have, let's see, 834,651. Then I say millionths at the end because the last digit here was in the millionths place. All right, so now I will round this to the thousandths place. All right, so, and you can see this chart here, I wrote the decimal values here as tenths, hundredths, and instead of 1,000ths, you can just say thousandths if you want. Instead of 1 millionth, you can just say millionths if you would like to. So here is the thousandths place right here. Then I look one digit to the right of the digit that's in the thousandths place, and if this digit is 5 or higher, which in this case it's a 6, so it is, then I would round this number up. So this is 834 thousandths, so it needs to become 835 thousandths. So this will be 83.835, because this 6 here in the 10,000th place was 5 or higher, so that made the digit in the thousandths place go up by 1. So our answer is 83 and 835 thousandths. All right, let's try another one. Which of these represents the repeating decimal? And you can see it, 1.333333, or 1 and 333,333 millionths. All right, so I know it's not 1 and 3/10ths or 1.3, and I know it's not 1 and 33 hundredths. All right, but that means it is this choice here. And if I look at this, do you see this little bar over the 3 threes? This means it is 1.333. All right, and then I repeat the digits that are under the bar, so another 333. All right, so then I see that that would be correct. All right, let's try another problem here. Round 65.23214, or 65 and let's see, 23,214 hundred thousandths to 2 decimal places. So why don't I write that number on my place value chart here? So 6, 5, 2, 3, 2, 1, 4. So I want to round this to 2 decimal places. So that means 2 digits after the decimal place. So that would be these 2 digits. All right. And then I look 1 digit to the right, and I see it's a 2, which is under 5, so that means that this part right here stays 23. All right, so that should be then choice, this choice, the first, the first choice right here. They're not labeled A, B, C, but the first choice right here. So our answer is 65 and 23 hundredths, because the last digit was in the hundredths place. All right, let's try another one here. Round 185.57913 to the 10,000ths place, or 185 and 57,913 hundred thousandths to the 10,000ths place. So let's write that number on my place value chart here. So 185,57913, and I want to round to the 10,000ths place, and that's right here. So I'm rounding to that place. I'm looking 1 digit to the right, and I see that this 3 right here is under 5, so this will stay 5,791. So my answer is 185.5791, or 185 and 5,791 10,000ths, because the last digit here was in the 10,000ths place. All right, let's try another one here. Round 49.7884 to the hundredths place, or 49 and 7,884 10,000ths to the hundredths place. So let's write that number on my place value chart. 49.7884. And here is the hundredths place. And then I look at 1 digit to the right, in this case the 8, and that is 5 or higher. So this 78 becomes 79. All right, so I up this by 1 number. So 49.79, or again, that is read as 49 and 79 hundredths. Oh. So now let's move on to different types of numbers here. So what type of decimal is the number 9.323, or 9 and 323 thousandths? And you see some different examples of numbers here. So one of them is whole number decimal. So these are whole numbers that can be written as decimals here. So let me give you some examples of that. So that would be like just 4, or 123, or 500, 67. All right, so those are all whole number decimals because you could, of course, write all of these as, say, 4.0, 123.0, or 567.0. All right. And then you have terminating decimals. These are decimals that can be written as fractions. So I'll give you some examples here, like 1.5. All right, so that would be 1 and 5/10, or 4.75 would be, let's see, 4 and 75 hundredths. All right, so there are some examples of terminating decimals, or you saw one even earlier, the 1 point, let's say, 3, that's 1 and 33 hundredths. So these are decimals that at some point end. Okay, so now, what is a repeating decimal? Well, you saw one of those before, 1.333 with a bar over it, because it means that it's 1.333333333, and the 333 pattern repeats forever. Or you could have 0.7 with a bar, 0.7777777 repeating forever. Or, let's see, what could be another one that you might have here? How about 0.234 repeating? Well, that's 0.234, etc. And the 234 repeats over and over and over again. Now, of course, there are also other types of numbers, like irrational numbers here, and one of them people have heard about a lot lately because it was just Pi Day a couple of days ago. So pi, that 3.14, and so on. All right, so these irrational numbers, these do not terminate and do not repeat. All right, so try to remember that also. So in other words, another way that you can say this is they cannot be written as a simple fraction, right? So any sort of simple fraction, or as a ratio of two integers. And you can see all of these other ones up here could be written as a ratio of some sort of integer. So just keep that in mind also. And another common example of an irrational number, irrational decimal, is square root of 2, square root of 5, square root of 7, and we'll get more into square roots later on in a different lesson. But when we talk about them, just remember that I said that they were irrational numbers, or irrational decimals. So if I look at 9 and 323 thousandths, then I see that this one terminates after 3 digits, and so it would be a terminating decimal. All right, let's do another one here. We have 12 and 695 thousandths, and we're going to round that to the 10th place. In which digit should you compare to 5? Well, we have 12 and 695 thousandths, and we want to round to the 10th place. So here's the 10th place, and I look one digit to the right of that, and so the one that I'm trying to see if it's 5 or higher is the 9. So that would be the 9. So it's not actually asking us to round the number, it's just asking us what number will we look to use to round the number. All right, let's try another one here. Which of these represents the repeating decimal 6.32323232? Well, let's look at the first choice here. Here we have the 323 repeating, so we have 6.323323. All right. And then 2, 3, three, 3, 2, 3. There we go. I have them in the right order now. And I see here that this choice cannot be it because it has 2 3s together, and nowhere in here are there 2 3s in a row together. All right, 6.32 repeating means that the 3 2 repeats over and over and over again. So 2 or 3. Yeah, 6.32323232. And this one is 6.3, and this one, the 2 3 repeats over and over again. So it's 6.23232323. And then I see the most logical choice where it's a 3 2 would be this choice right here, since we already eliminated the 3 2 3 repeating. All right, let's try another one here. Let's round 98 and 763 thousandths to the 10th place. So one more time on my place value chart. So we have 98.763 to the 10th place. So here's the 10th place, and I look one number to the right, and then I see that that is a 5 or higher in the 100th place, so that 7 gets bumped up to 8. So this should be 98.8 or 98 and 8/10. All right, let's try the last one here. What type of decimal is the number 12.0? And if you recall before, what I told you was that all of the whole number decimals, such as 4, 123, 567, could all be written at 4.0, 123.0, 567.0. So 12.0 is a whole number decimal. So hopefully you enjoyed this video on decimal numbers, and I hope you're already looking forward to the next video. What a time to be alive.